Two old people on the couch here. I'd like to welcome you and thank you for viewing the video. Friday, and I'm Debbie.
Slow down, Hoss. You're a little bit quick on the drum. Now go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm done now. But, okay, so Fred was all excited.
Yeah. Fred was excited. Brought you something
He did.
too early. So bear with her again today. We're trying to be professional here.
We are.
From now on, Deb will hold off. But whatever the boss lets you off at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
This is on a Friday.
Yes.
That you have a week off.
Yes.
You might start nipping at the bottle a little earlier. So
maybe.
She's having fun. I just got home from work. We've been driving in the sun all day long. No. You know how you after you've been outside, right? Where do you put your shades? You have to put them on top like this, right? Well, we're home now. Yeah. So we can take our shades off. Okay. Put them on. All right.
Forgive me.
So we got that going on. I'll carry the show for you. Don't worry about it. All right. So, a lot of news. A lot of stuff going on.
Oh, my gosh.
Hopefully, I remember everything I was going to talk about. But go ahead.
Do you want to know why Fred came early today?
Celebrate.
Because Kyle Rittenhouse.
Oh, you said it.
Was innocent on all accounts. And Fred got totally excited, and he was like,
he got lit up, man.
Yeah.
I've got total control of the show.
Totally.
And Karen didn't even show up. She was so mad. She's
out of here.
You know, she believed the media.
Yeah.
She totally was in 100%, thinking everything the media tells you is true. And she was devastated to find out today that once you look at the facts, not so much. You know, you look at the facts, all the facts. Do some research, and you find out what we've been telling you all along. So there you go.
That's what happened.
Okay.
What do you got?
All right, let's go out to the slides here real quick. First off, we've got Hedgehog's Homestead, right? We're going live on Saturday tomorrow, and you're going to be sober for that.
I am. And it's at 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
Pacific time.
Yeah, Pacific.
So that will be early our time.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That'll be good.
That will be good.
The perfect time for us, and we can't wait. We're excited that, we're just honored that people would want us to. And why do we have, hold on, ready?
It's T-shirt Tuesday on Friday.
All right.
Okay.
We have Journeying Along with Shannon's shirts on.
Yeah.
Business on the front, party in the back. But we have hers on because she invited us on her live the other day.
On Thursday.
Heard that had us down for their family Thanksgiving dinner, which is amazing. Tom and Rhonda invited us, and Julie and Randy were the hostess of the mostest. But so it's been a really good time. Things are looking up. The trial went the way it should. They looked at the evidence, came to a conclusion that it was self-defense. Now, I have on a Ridge Life hat, Tim, with Ridge Life. You know why I have that on today?
Why?
Because, boy, he went out there and he had a special show. It was a Let's Go Brandon. Live show.
Brave.
Very good, Tim. He's a true patriot. He's he's a good Christian man.
Yes.
Every Sunday speaking the word. And then now he's out there and he's just telling it like it is. He's not holding back. It's going to hurt him a little bit. Go support Ridge Life because the YouTubes
will hurt him a little bit.
Yeah. The YouTube's
not for people.
They're not going to say, hey, come look at him. Boy, this guy's great. Go look at him because he's saying stuff that a certain side doesn't like. And that's why, I'm not saying we're good that people should, help us spread our channel. But YouTube probably doesn't want us to spread. No. So they don't like our word of truth. They don't like truth. They don't like you telling
They don't.
the truth. Okay,
No.
so we got that going on. Let's go back out here to the slideshow. So we got the live with Hedgehog Homestead. That's hard to say sometimes,
Yeah.
you know, because it's a tongue twister a little bit.
Yeah.
And I should, because my twin triplet brother, not just twin triplet brother, is Hedgehog the Bounty Hunter. So we shouldn't slip on this, but here we go. But we're looking forward to that Saturday. Join us. All right.
Okay.
Here you go. We got French billionaire Oliver Dassault killed in a helicopter crash.
What?
Boy, listen, do you remember what the company Dassault was?
Why do we care?
Okay, well, let me tell you. Okay, let's go back a couple days. Whenever I told you that the guy that went up in Jeff Bezos' funny-looking rocket, it looks like a female toy, went up into space, right? With Shatner, and I'm not even going to know his name now, Glenn DeVries, right? I said, boy, I'm going to be on this. This sounds fishy, you know? You just got out of the spotlight, and a couple, a week, less than a month later, he's gone in a plane crash, which he's billionaire, and it's a very reliable helicopter, and he's got a very reliable pilot. So I sent that off to one of those guys that investigate planes, and he's like, no, I'm not looking into that. There's nothing to see. It's an upstanding guy, right? And an upstanding pilot. This has to be just an accident, right? Whenever and every other thing that he goes, he's like, boy, I'm going to look into that. That looks, fishy, like those kind of planes just, boy, he don't want to touch this. I said, no, I'm on it. Okay. I'm looking. So I did the research and found out that, he sold the company right before the CV, that, the COVID was released, right? 2 months prior, he sold his company for $5.8 billion to Dassault Systems. Yeah. Well, and then I did some research because French on the back 20. What is it, Deb?
Little Frenchie.
Little
Frenchie in the big Texas.
Not in the big, on the back 20.
No. No, 2 different channels.
All right, whatever. Hey, listen.
See? And
he's little Frenchie because he's
little
from France. He's from
little Frenchie.
Let's go.
In big Texas. Okay. And
I'm the one sober. Okay, listen to it. So I get in touch with him, right? And he says, oh boy, it's a big, and I kind of already done my research, but I go, so let's dig a little bit deeper. And you go in there and you find out that in March of 2021, Dassault's grandson, that's a big part of the company. Yeah. He's worth like $7 billion, I think, right? Helicopter crash. And boy, just looking into it, little Frenchie. He
2 people.
Listen.
The wife and the husband.
I know. Can I just call him little Frenchie for now? All right. Little Frenchie said that, boy, he looked at the helicopter. He said, thing, and he kind of looked it up real quick because I've been busy. So he goes, I looked it up a little bit, and it just kind of like just was taken off and went, just, weird, Yeah. So, and you know what Dassault System does for a living? They do military contracting and have made planes for the military. They're in aviation. Of all things. So now we've got 2 billionaires under the Dassault Systems franchise umbrella that with less than a year have disappeared. Yeah.
Sounds good.
I don't know.
Okay.
I can't. I'm going to keep on looking and looking. And I know that their software is big time, boy. It's like special software for designing aviation equipment and everything. And somehow the CERN thing, which is in France.
Oh, yeah.
Where they're trying to prove they're trying
the God particle.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out how God made the universe while saying there is no God, right? But it's not going too good for them, because they'll never figure it out. God said, don't mess around with that stuff. You're just wasting your time trying to figure out
Babylon.
It's kind of like that, probably. And it's like, don't waste your time. Spend $50 billion on fixing cancer or something before you go trying to figure out how I made the universe. And Einstein already figured it out. He goes, E equals mc squared. What does E actually mean other than,
love.
Love and God. There you go.
I'm so smart.
Holy cow. So that's my whole segment going on there. We lost everybody right now.
I know.
Before we even got to the good stuff of the Rittenhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Here, you ready for slides?
Yeah.
All right, let's get it going.
Okay.
All right.
So we have BG.
Mm.
He warns of smallpox, terrorist attacks, and urged leaders to use germ games to prepare. So we got that.
Yeah. Did you hear anything about the in the Merck? Is it big?
Well, go to the next slide.
There you go.
There you go. And the FBI is investigating smallpox vials found in Pennsylvania lab, which is Merck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you just believe for 2 seconds, right, that
what can you do?
they say that the only place that the smallpox is on the planet right now is in these super duper contained, place.
Go to the next
list
slide.
Okay, well, this better have to do with what I have to say.
Go.
All right, I'm going.
Okay, so it says the only place smallpox is stored is in Atlanta and in Russia.
Oh, yeah.
In a, laboratory.
Special. Like super duper. No.
5 stories down.
It's just in Merck's refrigerator.
Yeah.
Some guy was like, it could have been the janitor of all person, like go in there and clean that up a little bit. And he's like, well, these say smallpox on them, this can't. And the thing is BG projected CV.
Yeah.
BG projected the CV with Event 201.
Yes.
And
now
it happened.
he's saying.
Now he says this.
Yeah.
And boy, he says we need to have war games on it too. Okay, so he wanted an event on a coronavirus.
Yes, and now he wants an event on smallpox.
Yeah, and that Event 201. If you haven't checked it out yet,
check it out.
That's hilarious. Look for Event 201 highlights.
Yeah,
on YouTube, and they even made their fake commercials and everything, right? And it went exact. They said it came from pigs in South America, just to mix it up just a smidge, just so they don't get cold busted.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we got that going on. Let's keep going. Right. Let's keep this show rolling.
So we have thousands protesting in Australia, and Netherlands.
Okay.
Over the CV lockdowns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go to the next slide.
Yeah. Listen, it's getting. You just remind me.
Go to the next.
Boy.
Okay.
All right.
Then we have a great. An outbreak in Germany, and they're putting them on lockdown.
Man, they're putting them in the burger hospital. I don't know if you saw that.
I don't know. I did,
right,
but I'm just saying. Okay.
Boy.
National state of emergency.
I'm not into the, being quarantined and everything like that, okay.
But please put me in the burger hospital.
Yeah, the burger hospital wouldn't be too bad, with some beer.
Absolutely.
Sign us up in our old age. Okay, listen. In Austria, do you have anything on Austria?
I don't. But go.
Can we? I'm going to go out because this pertains to that. Okay. In Austria, it's official. Now they said if you're not, got the jibby jab, right, and then you're going to jail and you're being fined.
Oh no.
Yes. And all the people, of course, that went through the Holocaust are like, of all places, Austria, where all this demonic stuff started with Goebbels and them. Austria is like the beginning of all that crap too. In Germany, same thing. They were both the same. But okay, they're saying, didn't we learn about all these papers and everything? And we had a Nuremberg trial that said you cannot, force any kind of medical procedure on anybody ever. Nuremberg trials. Look it up.
Go to the next slide.
Okay, here we go.
So things are going to get a little bit wacky.
Okay.
Because I don't have an order. But these are the this one is a ridiculous headline.
I just, the media is lost.
I'm not even going to read it.
Okay,
okay,
let's
you
go
read
on.
it.
Can we
Rittenhouse verdict.
Yeah.
You can read it. Okay.
That's bull. Yeah.
The 3 people that were shot were white.
They were white.
They were white.
They all had a record.
They were felons.
One had an illegal.
Yeah, they were felons.
Yeah, felons.
And they were white. And
yeah.
Okay.
And they went. They were probably some of them. We said as soon as they said because of the CV, they're releasing people out of prison.
Yeah.
Right. As the riots we're going. Well, that's so that they can go riot.
All right. Go to the next.
We know the plan. We know the plan.
All right. Go to the next.
I'm trying to wake people up. And use your common sense. Okay, here we go.
Next,
right. This is a great show.
It is great.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. It was very moving.
Yeah.
To see Kyle. He broke down after that 5th thing was read.
He's a young kid. He's been through a lot.
He was only 17 when all this broke.
And yes, out of all the people, he went there to help those people keep their businesses.
Yes, his father.
Yeah.
And himself.
Yeah. He wanted to protect his livelihood.
Yes.
And the people around him in his community. That's all. He didn't go there looking for trouble. He just wanted to keep trouble from happening. Unfortunately, they started chasing him. They were trying to hit him with the people. Another guy said, I'm going to.
Oh, sorry.
You said the K word.
We're not going to be named anyway on this one.
Who knows?
Go to the next.
This is probably all over the news, so this one might hold out in the YouTube world, on the YouTubes.
Go to the next one.
We won't get monetized.
No.
Absolutely. Because I just said monetized, so they know. Oh,
yeah. I was trying to say the M word.
All
right. So then, so I'm sorry. Again, some of these are out of order, and we're going to get back to that case. Right. But anyway, Build Back Better Act includes billions for niche programs, of course, and special interests.
There's billions of pages on that thing of just discussing stuff that has nothing to do.
Yeah.
They always like to trick us. They say infrastructure. Yeah. Well, infrastructure means giving money to people for no reason. It has nothing to do with building roads or anything. Our roads are going to fall apart. They're going to be disgusting. Yeah. And we'll have no. And you know what? These guys here won't have one solar panel on any of their homes or buildings or windmills or nothing. They're phonies. They're frauds, and I'm tired of it. Because they're saying how serious they are. They're getting in their jets. They're flying around the world, having a great time, and they don't even have, Obama. Yeah. Obama doesn't have one thing on his humongous mansion for just him and his wife. They got what? How big? How many thousand square feet do you think that thing is?
I have no idea.
And they'll get on their planes. It just makes me infuriated. Okay, here we are. We're back.
So we have Kyle, not guilty verdict reactions from Justice Wins the Day to Only in America. Because, you can't make this stuff up these days.
I'm going to talk
about... With the media.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about the media at the end of the show.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me tell you about it. I've got personal experience. I'm going to give you some personal experiences at the end of the show.
Okay. So then we have Europe locking back down with COVID winter surge coming for us all.
Yeah. You know what? Things aren't going their way at all. There's a lot of bad news. You got the Durham report coming out. Yeah, the Rittenhouse.
You're not allowed to talk about that.
Yeah, well, I just did. You got the Durham report coming out. You got Rittenhouse, truce coming out.
Yeah.
You got, we already know that, Trump and the Steele dossier was a bunch of crap. They're losing. The people are not believe. I've got relatives, right, that are very smart.
Yeah.
I got friends that are very smart, right? I've got people in the media that I know that are very smart, right? And they all, I say no, he's not a Russian spy. That's whacked out. They're just mad. They want to get rid of him because he won. Sure enough, that's what it was. I said, boy, Trump's going to get elected. Sure enough, guess what? He got elected. I've got, saying Rittenhouse just purely, if you look at the video that I saw for like 3 seconds, he was defending himself. He's being chased and then trying to be kicked and everything. He's just defending himself, and I've been right. Every time.
Okay.
When are my relatives, my friends, the people in the media that I know that have just been railing on me, telling me how, not smart I am, and that all my ideas, you are crazy. He's got to be a Russian spy and all that, right? And not one of them have called me up and said, you
might be
looking like you were right. Hey, my bad.
Go back to the news.
All right, let's get going here.
All right. So then we have I think this is the last one.
All right.
Okay. Kyle, Hollywood react.
They have nothing. Hollywood has nothing to do.
Outrage.
Hollywood has nothing to do with facts.
No.
Okay, listen to me. I've already told you they're going down and putting all eggs in the basket or being controlled by the demonic world, and everything is just whacked. Go look at it. Look at anything on TV, in the movies, anything, and tell me every 2 seconds there's not something demonic being thrown and wailed right at you. All right?
Go ahead.
All right, here we go.
All right, so then I have what the real story is.
All right.
Here are the 10 states with the most COVID-19 restrictions. California, Virginia, Massachusetts, District of Columbia, New Mexico, Washington, Vermont, North Carolina, North Carolina, Hawaii, and Illinois.
Okay. All right. Now.
So in
which
Hawaii,
ones are the worst outbreaks still?
in Hawaii,
yeah.
If you are not a child and vaccinated, you cannot go to the library.
Oh, well.
If you go to a restaurant,
me,
you cannot eat.
Okay, but can I say something about that? Me as a child, if you told me I couldn't go to the library, I'm like, can I go jump my bicycle over some Tonka? We used to set up Tonka toys and trucks and everything. Yeah. Like Evel Knievel, we used to jump them.
Yeah.
That's what we weren't going to the library.
If you are not have the jibba jab, you cannot eat inside a restaurant. You have to eat outside.
Listen to me. Okay, can I?
So
you just reminded me of something I wanted to say earlier about the jibby jab and everything. Okay, Gibraltar is just off of Spain. I want to say whatever. It sounds cool. All I know is the Rock of Gibraltar. I don't know what that is, but I've heard it many times. But you got the Rock of Gibraltar, or Gibraltar, the country. It's kind of isolated. It's a peninsula, right? And it has, everybody's been 2.75 times jibby jab. Like most of them even have their third, right?
Boosters.
Major outbreak.
Boosters.
Doing horrible, They had to lock down everything because they're doing bad. Sound like the jibby jab's working?
It does.
Oh, come on. No, it doesn't work. I'm just allegedly.
Allegedly.
Even though and then there's an Ottawa hockey team, right? They're fully all of them. Every last one of them. Not one, holding out or everything. Jibby jab. Guess what? They got 10 or 11 players down right now because then they can't play. They have to forfeit games or push them back or postpone them because their team is all got it. So it doesn't work. Okay. Does that not prove it right there? It doesn't stop you from getting it. It does not stop you from getting it. Proof. All around you.
Okay.
Look.
Yeah.
We are so not monetized.
No.
All right. What else we got
Absolutely
here?
not. All right. So, my last thing. And go full screen because I can't read her name here.
I don't know.
But
she's cute. Whoever she is.
Cute.
I don't know.
Okay. So you know how you were trying to get on Heavy D Sparks channel.
Yeah. I've been trying like crazy.
My twin sister is going to come out.
Okay. And
I'm getting on Lauren Southern's channel.
Oh, well, what? Did you just find her recently or something?
I just found her today.
All right. Well,
but I loved her channel, and I was
how many followers does she got? Let's see.
Over 500,000.
All right, she's doing pretty good there.
Yeah,
so
she is.
And she's, what she's got going right now.
She has those pink headphones.
Well, and she's cute. She's cute as a butt.
She is, and she's young.
And that's what. That helps out a lot. But if you like her though, she must be a very intelligent, cute.
She is
sassy,
very intelligent.
Girl. So
but I know you were trying to get on Heavy D Sparks.
All right, everybody go
to Lauren Southern's channel. We'll link her in the description below.
Yeah, and Debbie will try to say description 100 times.
Description below.
Yeah.
And
get her.
Yeah.
All right. Now, is that anything else?
I go to the next one. Oh, you.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, here we go. This is what I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
We want to talk about the media, which I was involved in a lot.
Yes.
I heard so many things in my truck down at the border, right? How they would just do their little, anything to make Trump look bad, right?
Yes.
They would get in their little thing and concoct anything that would make him. Not one of them ever said like, hey, well, maybe he's a good guy. We don't know yet or anything. Nothing. They went full bore after this man. And I had to sit in the truck all the time and listen to the foolishness and everything. Now, we just had this NBC. We talked about the other show.
Yeah.
Denies freelancer intended to contact or photograph Rittenhouse jury. Okay, let me tell you what. From my experience, probably happened. I'm not saying allegedly, but the guy said, the freelance producer that was hired by them, he said, somebody called me up and said, get after it, so, there's only one reason why you would do that.
Yeah.
And so we know why he was probably sent to do it, right? Well, I'll give you one example.
Okay.
One of the times I might have gotten arrested because of these stupid producers that call you up and tell you to do something, right? So I'm on site at a tornado, right? And this house is, destroyed by the tornado and the roof's ripped off, but you can still kind of get up to the second floor, right?
Yeah.
But there's nothing up there, right?
Yeah.
There's fire, the fire chief puts his yellow tape, just like police tape that you cannot cross, that you get in whale of a big trouble if you go behind a crime scene, right? Well, same thing. If the fire chief condemns a building and everything, says you can't go in there, you can't go in there. Well, guess what? I get there and the producer goes, we're going to go do a live shot on the top of that deal. Well, I have to break the tape to even get up there, right? I'm like, man, this is a condemned building, it's zoned off. And she goes, no, I got permission from the fire chief.
Yeah.
I go, are you sure? Are you sure? I asked like 3 times. I'm not going in there unless, we have permission. He goes, yes, we got permission for sure. So I'm like, okay, so I tear down the tape, go up there, as soon as I put my last piece of equipment up there for the live shot, I'm coming down the steps. I'm getting reamed out by who?
The fire chief.
The fire chief. He's like, this was a condemned building. You cannot be in there and everything like that. And I looked over at the producer and I'm like, I always like to try to say like, I don't work for NBC or whoever it was there. It was either NBC or CNN or one of those guys. Right?
Yeah.
And it was one of the big NBCs or one of those. All right, CNN or NBC. I'm not positive, so I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. So I look over that person and she's smiling, right? She's smiling. I'm like, she told me that she asked you for permission. And he looked over and he's, and she's still kind of like, oh, like that. And I'm like, I'm apologizing, being sir, nice, And then he's like, I should throw you in, but he believed me that because the other one looked like, totally guilty. So I go, I gotta ask one last favor. I got like equipment up there. Can I just run up real quick and get it? He goes, get your equipment and get out of here. I went, okay, thank you, sir. Whoa. And I got out of there and I was so mad at that producer.
Yeah.
That's just one instance. They have thrown us in fire danger. Like, ask some of my buddies out in California. Like the producers say, just go up the hill there. We're covering the fire. And the guy will be like, are you sure? Is it safe up there? The whole hill is on fire. Like, no, it's safe. Trust us. It's okay. And they get up there and fire's whizzing all around them and they're getting cut off from the back. It's all hell's breaking loose, right? And and they get back out of there, and they're like, hey, and then they talk to the fire people, and I'm like, oh man, you shouldn't be up here. That's it's super dangerous up here. And yet the producer is like telling you, and they always want us to go in advance to set up. I was almost flooded out down in Texas. Remember that? They put me in at a place that was just flooding all around me, right? And I got up on that high spot. Listen to me.
Okay.
Right. We got up on the high spot, and I'm like, hey, you guys come to me. I'm on a high spot. They're like, no, come to us. Too much traffic, right? And so the water keeps coming up, and luckily I'm on this little nudge.
Yeah, I think you told
They told me to get out of there, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm in Houston, and the producer calls me up. Okay, we changed our mind. We're coming back to you. I'm like, no, you said you weren't coming back here. I'm in Houston, and they're all mad at me. These are the things that we deal with these. Everything, you can't trust any of them. They're gonna spin the story, and they do the wackiest things. And the news business is nutsball. Here, the news business is nutsballs. Been there, done that, and I'm glad I'm out. Okay, let's wrap it up.
So until next time, remember, do your own research and be prepared.